I've been driving myself crazy over here. I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to other objects. I'm talking to other things. I'm just trying to get, one answer, right? Who beats Devin Haney at 147 pounds? Who beats him? I'm confused because, earlier this year, the narrative, he was pillow-fisted, easy work for any guy. Any guy beats him, a gatekeeper, a doorknob, a gate cleaner. Everybody beat him, but now I don't hear nothing, right? It was a live and direct. I don't know if Devin Haney dad was speaking English. I don't know if Tank speaking, but it sounded to me in English that they called out Tank. Has anybody heard anything about that? Has anybody checked on that? Hold on, give me 1 second. My phone ringing. Hello? Yeah, I'm curious. I'm trying to see who beat Devin Haney at 147. Every time I ask somebody, my subscribers, people comment, they get on here and say Shakur Stevenson, but Shakur Stevenson at 140 pounds, right? And then they also say Ryan Garcia, but he got dropped by a guy in special ed, right? So I'm just confused on the narrative. Then I got people sometimes, not all the time, they saying Tank Davis. But Tank Davis, it seemed like he don't grow. So he's stuck at 135. And while everybody else going to high school, he's going to be the 21-year-old still in the 7th grade. Lewis Crocker, get off my phone real quick. Hold on real quick. I got another call coming in, but Lewis Crocker is a hell no. Hold on real quick. Give me 1 second real quick. I got you. Hello? Yeah. So Rolly can't fuck with him. Ryan Garcia ain't been the same since he was on steroids. Lewis Crocker is a hell to the no. Give me 1 second. Hello? So nobody beat him. Right? Because listen though, for the life of me, nobody can't even fuck with him. Not on skill or nothing. No. I'm talking about it's not one of them fighters at 147 who even is remotely close to defeating Haney. Okay. All right. Yeah, no. I was just trying to make sure because, like I said before, I got my subscribers getting on here and they saying, Tank could get it done, Shakur could get it done. But like I said before, I'm just confused because Tank too small, right? Shakur is too small. And, Haney's moving on to bigger and better things. And it just seemed like nobody at the division want to, risk getting stepped on. That's just what it sounded like. Yeah. Once he went from the Dream to Debo, everybody has been MIA. So that's why I was trying to, get it clear, because like I said, I'm a boxing fan. I go off what I see, what I hear, and I'm not seeing or hearing anybody willing to step up to that test. Yeah. Yeah. Hold on. I got another. Hello? Yeah. Talk some. Yeah. So Conor Benn. You talking about the guy who hasn't fought at 147 since 2022? Yeah. He only calling up guys moving up from 35 or 40. Yeah. I'm having a hard time believing that, because I feel like Conor Benn should fight a guy at 154, put on them type of performances against a guy like Boots or Virgil Ortiz. Yeah. Afraid of getting stopped. Well, that makes sense because, his resume, it really has nobody on it. Yeah. Drug cheat. Yeah, so, in my personal opinion, I feel like he ain't even worth bringing up with a Shakur or a Devin Haney. They need to be talking about him with somebody at 154 pounds. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let me call you right back, okay? All right. Yeah, so the verdict is in. Ain't nobody fucking with Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? And like I said before, you might got me when you move him up to 154, but you don't got me at this 147. To the Brian Norman Jr. win, where he dropped him and won in an impressive fashion. I haven't heard nobody saying nothing of note. So please get in the comments and let me know, who is going to block Devin Haney from making it to this next level at 147? Because I personally don't see it. I'm calling around. I'm calling everybody. I'm asking my woman. I'm asking my kids. And everybody, I ask my kids, they talking about some do the Devin Haney, do the Devin. Then I asked my woman, she talking about they don't want Debo coming through their window. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I'm having trouble, coming up to the conclusion that y'all is coming up to. It don't really make sense to me